Let's be honest. You care way too much about what people think, and it's ruining your life. Every time you hold back, every time you shrink yourself, every time you choose someone else's opinion over your own happiness, you're losing a piece of yourself. But what if I told you that you could stop? That you could live freely, unapologetically, and actually enjoy being you? Stick around, because this is your wake-up call. Here's the thing. The world isn't kind to people who care too much. It's loud, it's judgmental, and it's full of opinions that don't matter. But somewhere along the way, we all started listening. We started letting those opinions dictate our choices, our dreams, even our self-worth. And now? Now we're stuck in this cycle of worrying, overthinking, and living for everyone but ourselves. Sound familiar? Yeah, I thought so. But here's the good news. You don't have to stay stuck. You can break free. And I'm going to show you how. Let's get real for a second. Why do we care so much about what people think? It's not like we wake up one day and decide, hey, I'm going to let everyone else's opinions run my life. No, it's deeper than that. It's rooted in this primal fear of rejection. Back in the day, being kicked out of the tribe meant certain death. So, our brains evolved to crave acceptance, to avoid standing out, to fit in at all costs. Fast forward to today, and that same fear is still hardwired into us. But here's the kicker. It's not helping us anymore. In fact, it's doing the opposite. Think about it. When you're constantly worried about what people think, you're not living for yourself. You're living for them. You're making decisions based on their expectations, their standards, their opinions. And guess what? That's a recipe for a life that feels empty, like you're just going through the motions. Sound familiar? Yeah, I thought so. But here's the good news. You don't have to live like that. You can break free. And I'm going to show you how. All right, let's get into it. Step 1. Realize that most people aren't thinking about you as much as you think they are. Seriously. We all have this tendency to believe that everyone's watching us, judging us, analyzing our every move. But here's the reality. Most people are too busy worrying about themselves to care about what you're doing. Think about it. How often do you sit around judging other people? Probably not much, right? Because you're focused on your own life. And guess what? Everyone else is doing the same thing. So the next time you're stressing about what someone might think, remind yourself. They're probably not even paying attention. And even if they are, so what? Their opinion doesn't define you. It doesn't change who you are or what you're capable of. Now, step 2. Start small. You don't have to go from caring about everyone's opinions to not caring at all overnight. That's not realistic. Instead, start with small, low-stakes situations. For example, wear something you love, even if it's not what everyone else is wearing. Speak up in a conversation, even if your voice shakes. Post that thing you've been overthinking online. These little acts of courage will build your confidence and show you that the world doesn't end when you stop worrying about judgment. Step 3. Focus on what really matters. At the end of the day, whose life are you living? Yours. Not your mom's, not your boss's, not your friends. Yours. So ask yourself, what do you want? What makes you happy? What kind of life do you want to look back on when you're 80? When you start focusing on your own values and goals, other people's opinions start to matter a lot less. And finally, step 4. Surround yourself with the right people. If you're constantly around people who judge you, criticize you, or make you feel like you're not enough, it's going to be a lot harder to stop caring what they think. So, take a look at your circle. Are these people lifting you up or dragging you down? Because life's too short to waste on people who don't appreciate you for who you are. Here's the big takeaway. When you stop caring about what people think, you give yourself permission to be yourself. And that's where the magic happens. That's where you start living a life that feels authentic, fulfilling, and true to who you are. It's not always easy, and it doesn't happen overnight. But every time you choose yourself over someone else's opinion, you're taking a step toward freedom. And trust me, that freedom is worth it. Let's recap. Caring too much about what people think is holding you back. But you can break free by understanding that most people aren't thinking about you as much as you think. Starting small, focusing on what really matters, and surrounding yourself with the right people. It's not about becoming completely indifferent to others. It's about prioritizing your own happiness and living a life that feels like yours. So, what's one small thing you can do today to start letting go of other people's opinions? If this resonated with you, hit that subscribe button. Let's keep this conversation going.